Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Guarantee you're all doing better than I am. Not too thrilled. Here later this afternoon I'm going to be going over to the doctor's office. He's going to try half the dosage to see if that helps. But I'm back to walking like Hank Hill's dad. I'm locking my knees and I don't even know I'm doing it. And I've got so much back pain because of it, I guess. I don't know how knees affect your back like that, but I'm to a point where I'm having a real hard time bending over and picking anything up, or even bending over to work on anything at all, literally. So and it seems to happen every time I start taking weight off. It's where my back and that starts flaring up, which is stupid. You'd think taking the weight off the back would be feeling better, but it's not working that way for me again. Anyway, so we're going to go to the farm. I've got enough stuff cleaned now that I want to get out the micrometer, start measuring pistons, make sure they ain't collapsed, all that. And get figured out what we got to work with and what we don't. Yeah, I know, yeah. Kind of getting scared with this, with my back and that. It just, yeah, no. Some of you are going, oh yeah, whatever. You always look good when you're doing the videos. Yeah, I always put the good stuff out, but I'll show you when I'm having troubles. And that's the that's the thing. What I show to you guys is kind of instantaneous. Looks like it happens in a short amount of time. Sometimes that's 9 hours later after I started the days when I finally get the video done. So yeah. Oh, board with a nail laying on, nails in it sticking up. So. Alright, I'm going to throw that off the road before somebody finds that and pops a couple of tires. Okay, there's somebody coming. Alright. Well, I didn't bring you guys through the pain of sitting here measuring pistons. This is that good set of pistons that he wants to use. Piston number is a 9935, then 11040, and I sat here and measured them, and they all measured 4.20 or 4.2, well, between 4.20 and 4.22. There's two of them at 4.20, 4 of them at 2.1, and then there's 4 of them at 4.22. I stick them in the 20 over block. They don't fit. They get halfway down tight. I stick them in the 30 over block. They seem too loose. And I've been trying to figure out what, I asked him if he knew the brand of them, because some pistons do have 3 to 6 thousandths clearance for them. So 30 minus, no, well, if they're undersized already, let me think about this for a second. If 30, if they wanted a 3,000 clearance, they would need to measure 4.27. So if they measured 6 thousandths clearance, that'd be a 424. So yeah. So if you did go 30, and right now that's an 8 thousandths clearance, which is too much. Which that's why you want to bore the block to fit the pistons, but we got to figure out what they want for clearances. And I'm starting to love having a good working computer out here, because I just downloaded a bunch of catalogs, the Icon pistons and that, Icon Keith Blacks, sleeve lights. So let's see once. Trying to stay clean because I gotta go to the doctor. Trying to stay away from there, but I guess it's not working in my favor. Let's see once. Yeah. Whatever motor this was, they must have been burning some oil or something, because it's not coming off. There we go. What I was afraid of. Nope. There is no marking on top of the pistons. These are what they call free floating. So I guess, since the pistons all pretty much measure the same, and you're going the same, you said you just had a variance. Well, yeah, you will have some. I guess if we bore the block to fit those. So, okay, I got it wrote down here. So if we need a, say, 4 thousandths, from 4.022, that means the block at max has to be 426. It won't even be 30 over. And they're not collapsed, because when I measured them with both a micrometer and a digital, and they all come out the same between the both, because I wanted to make sure work on the brain. And yeah, 422, 421, and 420, 4.020. And like I said, I go to stick them in the 20 over block. They're too tight. So that 20 over block I got over there, the piston goes over halfway down. So if that was honed to fit these, there we go. All we got to do is hone a block. Why they're coming up with such a weird number, I don't know. And there you guys go. Whoops. 9935, then 11040 is on the other side. So oh, what do we got for a rod? Wait a second, what the heck? That's number two. Oh, okay. Might have figured out. Let's see. No, that's no. We don't even know which pistons are which. I thought they was going to be marked, but let's see what they were running for bearings. Oh, fine, go flying. Yeah, okay, the bearing. Okay. They were a 10 under bearing. They used Cleveite 77s. So the crank that they had this on was 10 under. And she must have had a little bit of a problem looking at the bearings. The pistons, I mean, look really, really good. They're floating, like I said, floating piston, which means the wrist pin floats. That one feels good. I'm holding the wrist pin to make sure the piston moves good, and it does. The sad thing is too, when these guys tear these stuff down, these racers, they gotta learn to lube up stuff that they want to keep. Because yeah, we got some, not like this one. They would have waited much longer. There would have been not getting any of the ring out. That one's loose. So yeah, on the Keith Black, these Keith Black 129s, I mic'd them because what I'm afraid is this wrist pin is super tight, and these were floaters. But sometimes these guys will take these pistons out of the box and they won't check the clearance. And all 8 of these mic exactly the same, and they're not collapsed, so they didn't get much time on them. But I need to have the wrist pins loosened up because they're tight. I thought maybe somebody pressed them off, and then pressing them you can distort your piston. But it's just like and I could see looking in there, they were never honed. They were never fitted. They were just taken out, put on the rods, and ran. And there's no real bad galding or nothing. Well, there is no galding on them. So luckily those were floaters, and the rod took up the wear on those. So, and I'm still thinking, I thought he sent some more pistons home. I got those 50 oversized ones, which I don't think we're going to find those. And all that pile, yeah, that's a big pile, 383 pistons. I'm getting close to checking on those, but I got to check the time here because I got about a half hour. Oh, let's see. And those there too, all don't have the same part number either. There's 3 sets of those, but when you do the 383 with the 400 crank stroke, the 3 7/5, yeah, 3. Yeah, 3 3/4 inch stroke is a 400. Yeah, you got to nip the rod bolt and part of the rod on the cam side of the throw so it clears the camshaft. That's why I don't like the 383s. One reason. Ouch! Finger needs like it feels like it needs popped. So yeah, I got some crack checking to do. Just kind of oh. Yeah, where the heck are those? we got a set of, oh, they're in that one tote. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, I've got figuring up. I got enough rods to do a long rod 406, which is the 400 crank with the 350 rods with the offset wrist pin pistons that are 30 over, so I can use them up in that 30 over 400 4-bolt main, or 2-bolt I've got. I could do those in that, make that a long rod 406. Then I've got 2 sets of 377s, so that's 3 400 blocks I need. And now I got these Keith Black 129s. I don't have enough 400 blocks. I need a couple of 400 blocks now. And that, so, and according to those Keith Black 129s, somebody had a note with them saying 6 1/8 inch rod. And no, they're just a 6 inch rod. So, back when you used to be able to get the old Keith Black catalogs. Keith Black, where are they? Yeah, they are 6 inch rod, and they match the picture. There you go, Keith Black 129s. There's the specs on them. Yeah, stroke is 3,750. Yeah. Rod length 600. 6 inch. So with a 76cc head, which is like your small heads and that, those pistons are rated for 11 to 1. It says race only, long connecting rod gives broad horsepower with increased top RPM, reduces engine stress. Oil ring expander that will clear ring location. Must be cut for locating pin. Yeah, there's a locating pin in there. And it tells you to see page 8 for the oil ring installation. The nice thing about those pistons, since they're behind the oil ring, the wrist pin won't ever make it to the cylinder wall if it ever came loose. But yeah, so those just need to be fitted and honed, and I'll clean them again. Actually, I might wrap them in duct tape, and there's a little performance trick of taking and wrapping them up and then sandblasting the heads of the pistons. Yeah, it's supposed to be a little horsepower trick. So, yeah, I gotta remember to wear my gloves all the time. So, yeah, I guess once I figure out what the brand of these are, if that's the case, I might take that 20 over, or one of the 20, I think I got another 20 over block, and just hone that to fit these, and then we can balance. Well, we'll have to take the pistons off and check the rods and everything and balance everything, because the crank needs to be rebalanced. So that'll be a balanced motor with a steel crank, which one of these 377s I'm going to just do with a cast crank. And I looked back through my build. I found my build sheet, which, hold on, ouch. Aha, there it is. Okay. See, this is what I used to do too. I've got these are cams that I used in what motors I used them in. My Cam I had in my 377 was a 286 294 at 050, and the lift was a 552 573 on a 110 lobe separation. That motor, yeah, it was great. And then we got cranes. It looks like I was using Summit Speedway Crane PAW when you used to be able to buy from them. And then the old lasers, Lenati's, Bullets, Ultradynes, Cam Dynamics, and Midwest Motorsports that used to grind. And I had some TRW ones that I used too. So, and the cams that won for us, it was a Lenati 292, 480, 480. That was in our 383 double humped. I guess that one did win a couple of races. And then we had a Speedway. And the crane. Oh yeah, that crane cam was a 290, 298, 536, 554 lift on a 112 lobe separation. That motor ran crazy. That's the motor that we turned over 10,000 RPM. Okay. And then I checked the main clearances, the ring gaps, and when we used special head gaps, I mean, where the parts came from, what they were, yeah. Let's see. Where is my 370? Okay, where is it? I just looked at it the other night. I know it's in here. And this info, almost all these motors almost got, I almost didn't have the info anymore. Because where I used to store the stuff. When I went through my couple years of phase of I don't care about these motors anymore, or car parts, I walked away and left a lot of stuff. I did lose a lot of info on some stuff. Well, you know, as soon as I turn the camera off, I'll find it. Because I thought I spent, because I'm looking at these cam bearing spacer kits and I'm like, God, I didn't think those were that expensive, but what's this? Oh, that's a 383. Well, alright, I'm going to put you through this just a second. Like I told you, I didn't turn far enough. Okay, okay. My 377, I had it balanced with a cast 442 crank. I used a cast crank in that thing. I thought I had a steel, but I guess I didn't. I had a cast crank in it. Had beam polish rods, Milodon rod bolts, Keith Black pistons, crane roller rockers, an Ultradyne cam, crane lifters, ARP main studs, new head bolts, 404 bolt, and I even sleeved that block. I had to have it sleeved. I had Manley race flow valves, 461 double humps. I put in file fit rings, cam butter, and oil restrictors, some aluminum intake. I didn't put down what it was. Main bearings, and the bearing spacers back in September 14th of 1996 were $60. They are now $80 to $90. So 96 to now, that's the year my daughter was born. So 23 years later, they've only gone up 20 to 30 bucks, which ain't bad. And at that time, I had like 2,500 bucks into that motor, building it back then. So yeah, I mean, a cash crank. And let's see, there's something that must not have been this block. One of the 400s that we ran, I know I had the rear main milled, and we had a plate put on it, because that was the problem that a lot of guys were having in the race cars at that time. Was yeah, and then here's some more in the book, and yeah, I mean, I kept a lot of records, and unfortunately, I let a lot of them get destroyed. So that's why I'm sitting here making notes, trying to figure out what brands we're dealing with, so we can get this right. So if that's the case, that 20 over block is honable to fit these pistons, and then that'll be just a custom fit, and that means I'll be foul fitting rings, which that's no big deal. For the car it's going in, that's what it's going to need. It's going to need foul fit. So, yeah. I guess we've been talking quite a bit here. Like I said, I get back from the doctors. I finally don't have to go anywhere. And I'm not going to be doing much because last time I got I'm not looking forward to the shots in the knees. Hopefully, just going from the outside in ain't so bad. But when you went through the inside in, oh God. Yeah, that wasn't good. Alright. Here's one for you guys to chew on. Got an 07 Denali. 5.3. The car has, in its life since they've owned it, has had a new starter put in it, new alternator put in it, new battery put in it, new fuse box put in it. And I guess the other night in a snowstorm, she come home, got the mail, went to drive away. She thought she got stuck, and she finally realized it died when she pulled up to the mailbox. Well, they let it set. He went out, got in it, started right up today. So they're going to take it to town to have it looked at. And yeah. Anyway, they didn't get out of their yard and it died again. He's wondering, is that doing? I said, well, you know, that could be like if the key fob's not being seen, because he said, could it be the key fob? I said, well, it could be. Or I was thinking fuel with either an icing issue or the fuel pump has never been replaced in that vehicle yet. And I thought they had 200,000 miles on it. Daughter says no, only 140. I want to say it's probably about 240,000, no fuel pump. I said, I bet you your fuel pump. Well, then he called back and he said, what do you think? I said, well, yeah, if it ain't seen the remote, it's activated the security system and put it in shutdown. So, but now he can't get the remote apart to change the battery. He says it won't open up, so yeah. Be cool if it's that easy, but yeah, with all the other electrical stuff that's been replaced in that thing, who knows? So yeah, that's one to think about. And I'm like, well, I could come over. Wants it to go to town, so be it. So can't win them all. I'm back from the doctors. The shot didn't last, what, a month and a half, 2 months? But next time I can get shots ain't until April. And I told him I'm trying to lose the weight. He says, well, he said, just feeling around, he says, my knees are worse than last time. I'm like, he says, you're going to have to lose the weight because you're probably looking at both knees needing to be replaced. I'm like, what? So, not what I want to hear. I told him, I said, you know, I'm just getting going again. I'm getting stuff done. I'm having fun. Yeah. So, That's the way it is. This time my right knee did pretty good. The left one hurt like holy. Oh man. And he says, well, he knows last time it threw my blood sugars into a fit, so this time he only did half the dose. Anyway, I'm going to get back to figuring out what's going on with these pistons. Oh, these pistons we want to use, the ones that I cleaned to see if there was a number. When I keep checking this number, oh, wait a second here. These don't all have the same number? No, they don't. The last number's same, 11040, but these are 7049. I wonder if that's the right and left, so bet you that's what I'm dealing with. 993, 9935, 9935, 9935, 7409, 9935. Okay, these other two, if that's 9935 and an 8268. So we got mismatch pistons already. The only number that's common is the 11040, and they're not 40 overs. So we got 3 different size pistons here. Okay. Alright, that just made it interesting. Okay. Well, let's see. Okay, I want to check something here. 4 point... No. 4 point... Okay, if you go with the old saying of 1.5 thousandths per inch of bore, that means those pistons here would need 6.45 clearance, between 6 and 7 thousandths clearance. So if you took 7 thousandths off that, that would mean 4 point... No, wait a second. What did I do? Oh, that didn't come out right. Never mind that. Yeah, 1. Trying to think. It's anyway, 1.5 thousandths per inch. So okay, let's try that. Yeah, I don't. Oh, duh. And it still comes out. Yeah, anyway, it's, yeah, some days. Anyway, these are measuring 4.2 22.022. Try them, like I said, in the 20 over block. They get halfway and they get tight. 30 over block, they seem a little loose. So if these weren't truly machined 30, which they normally aren't, if they're 2,000ths under, there's no extreme wear on these. As far as we know, they are 350. He goes, no, they're not a stroker piston. So what I'm going to do is, I got a crankshaft. I think I got some bearings, and I'll mock them up in the block without any rings or anything, and just see. I think these bearings were 10 under though. I don't have a 10 under crank. Not 350 anyway. I'm doing a lot of thinking here. Sometimes, well, this is the hardest part about right now, is using used stuff that you know nothing about. And now my searching today, I found out, yeah, they're 10 under. And these bearings were made in 2014, so they're not that old. Okay. I found out now Ohio Pistons are no longer made. I guess you have to correct me if that's not right, but Ohio Pistons, I'm finding out, are no longer made. So I got 3 sets of Ohio Pistons that, once they're done, they're done. I mean, I got 2 377s and a 406 I can make with them. Got this nice set of Keith Black 134s. And another there's 3. The Keith Black 134s are 383 5.7 rod. Oh, the Keith Black 129s are 400 6-inch rod. So I got to find some 6-inch rods. And like I said, I need 2 or 3 more 400 blocks. To build all this stuff up. And I found out that group of 17 pistons, that was just a cheap buy at a swap meet, so completely unknown anything about those. So I'll mic those up, and they're the 5.7 rod, 400 crank, 350 block. So I guess I'm going to go home, eat supper, and if you watched the video, I uploaded it from town. Yeah, I'm still using town, because the tower I got out here, I can combine the videos, but you can't see them. All you get is audio. That's why I hate Windows 10. I can't get Movie Maker to work on it. Even the program that came with this camera, I couldn't even upload it. It wasn't saved correctly, so I gotta pay attention when I save it. I don't know. The audio track's there, but the video part ain't. Don't know why. So, say if you bore 30 over, they cut a piston 28 thousandths and want you to have 4 to 7 thousandths. That would mean these pistons are right on track. So, and there's no name on them. The part numbers are not coming up to anything. There is no identification. No nothing. There's nothing on. I think I checked the top. Let's check the top quick. I know. You guys probably get bored with me, but I think I did this one. Nope. No writing on them. And again, he doesn't know what he was just told they were 350 stuff. He doesn't know the brand, nothing. So thought they were icons, but none of the numbers cross. Even if they take that first, say the first number doesn't count, even that part 268, I'm not finding them. So I guess the next step is find a crank and see if I got some bearings, or pick up some bearings to fit the crank that I want to test with, and put them in the block, see how they fit the block. And then if they fit okay, then we'll use the 20 over block to fit these and turn it into a race car motor. What else can we do? So yeah, this is where deciphering this stuff compared to what I used to have to do years ago. You used to have to order the, you got the cat, you figured out the name of the place, you looked them up, well, you called them, and then you used to give them your info, and then they'd send you a catalog, then you get their catalog, then you would set, so it'd take you a couple of weeks. Well, having the internet, I've done this overnight. I now know. Then there was 6 pistons. He said, hey, I want to match those. Well, now I find out there's 6-inch rod 350 stuff. And, yeah. Who's been impatient? Wife. Wife is now at her second job. Or third job. Fourth job. Whatever you want to say. So yeah, I think I'm going to go eat with the kids. Upload this video. Come back out here. Since nobody's going to be home. Squirrels working. Mom's working. I guess that's kind of why I put the internet out here. I'm ready to do like I used to when I was younger. I mean, I need to get a table rigged up to crack check on. Not that I need anything fancy, I just need to get something cleared off that I can get it up on there and get it crack checked. Because this set of Mexican heads will probably be getting done up. Anyway, I guess. Engine parts. Keep this straight. I mean, I got Ford parts mixed in here now. I got all these Chevy race motor parts, plus my own stuff. But yet I can still walk up to most of the parts in here, and I know where they belong. Ain't that crazy? But I can't remember what I did 10 minutes ago. So, alright, well, I guess we're going to have some interesting builds and mock-ups, and I guess we got a little assembly and disassembly. I mean, the hours I've gotten into cleaning and IDing this stuff and figuring out what we can use and can't use, and that, it's fun for me, it's working my brain, it's keeping me going, but at the same time I need to be paid. But I guess that's part of messing with all this unknown. You don't know what you got until you got it. And but so yeah, that means yeah, I'm just thinking. So see y'all later. I'm gonna go. I'm starting to blab.